What's up YouTube, it's Jay from CB Outdoors. Just another shotgun review for you today. We have the Browning Cynergy Black Ice Sporting composite model. There she is, in all her clad glory. Like I said, she is the composite model, so obviously it's plastic, steel receiver. These do come in two models. They come in the wood ones, and they come in obviously the black ice model, which is this one, which is the obviously composite foregrip, composite obviously stock and all that. But what I'll do is I'll take you in close, obviously show you the engraving on the gun, and obviously in close look at it, and then we'll come back and obviously have a quick strip down, give you an in-depth look, and obviously talk about the specs and all that, and then we'll sum it up and obviously show you what's in the box as well. But yeah, what I'll do is I'll take you into the close-ups now, and obviously you can have a quick look. Right, welcome back. Just run through a few specs on the actual gun. Like I said, it's the Browning Cynergy Black Ice Sporter model. The model we've got here is 12 gauge 28 inch barrel. They come in 28, 30 and 32 inch barrel. They come in obviously 12 gauge, and they come in a 20 gauge obviously for ladies and the smaller people out there. As you can see, they come with the Browning Invector Plus chokes. You get 5 chokes, you get cylinder, quarter, half, 3/4 and full in the actual box. The little day glow sights are replaceable as well. You get 3 of them in the actual box. All you need to do is pull them back on themselves, and obviously you can change them. It comes with a lovely little white mid-centre bead as well, so obviously make it easier for you to line up on the clays. It is a vented top rib and a vented mid rib to keep the barrels obviously nice and cool when you're cracking through the cartridges. It is a synthetic foregrip and a synthetic rear stock as well, with a pistol grip. They come with these little rubberized obviously panels as well, to obviously increase grip on the foregrip there, and obviously on the actual pistol grip as well. The action is steel, not much obviously engraving. It's more of a modern style, to be fair, a bit like the B725, obviously a lot less engraving and obviously a lot subtler, to be fair. Triggers, they come with 2 triggers, one on the actual gun and one in the actual box. I think they might be width of tongue on the actual trigger. I'm not too sure if it's obviously like length, the different size, obviously leaf on it or something like that. Triggers are adjustable, so obviously you can basically unscrew the Allen key and move it back and forward for obviously length of pull to suit the shooter. While we're on triggers, it is a mechanical trigger, so obviously if one of the shells failed to go off, the trigger wouldn't need to be reset by inertia, so obviously you can fire the second shock even if obviously one don't go off, which is a pretty nice nifty feature on this gun. Another little nifty feature is the rear combs on the actual stock. They come with 2 of these. They come with cast on and cast off. What you do is you basically knock the little pin out, that little pin there, and obviously you can move it up and down, so obviously suit your cheek and obviously eye down the actual barrel itself, which is a lovely little nifty feature. Obviously this is predominantly a clay sporting gun, so obviously you can basically tailor the gun to yourself. As you can see with the butt pad, nice squishy butt pad. You come with 2 butt pads. You come with a short and the actual long ones. It comes with the spacer actually in the box as well, so obviously you can change your length of pull to suit the shooter. So obviously the amount of adjustability you actually got on this gun, you've got no excuse really to actually fit the gun to yourself. It's not like a wooden stock where you'll have to take it to a gunsmith and obviously have him shorten it, or obviously increase the actual length of the stock. or maybe obviously increase the comb as well for obviously your height. So yeah, it's a nice few features on this, obviously, that basically make the gun your own really, and obviously make you very comfortable with it. But to be fair, the way it actually handles, it's not a great deal of weight to it as well. You're looking at about 3.5 kilograms on the 28-inch barrel model. Obviously the 30 and the 32, they might be a little bit longer, or yeah, they're definitely going to be a little bit longer. It might be a bit obviously more weight because obviously you've got a little tiny bit more barrel. The swing on the actual gun is very neutral, which you expect from a brand spanking new Browning. Very neutral, not overly accelerated or anything like that. The way it shoots is very soft, hardly any recoil. The barrels on these are backboard barrels, so obviously that helps with the muzzle flip and the recoil, well, the felt recoil anyway. Like I said, the butt pad is nice, big, squishy. It's like an Invector Inflex. I think it's an Inflex butt pad, a bit like the B725. Obviously, the same sort of stuff going on. Obviously, not in one unit. Basically, you can see obviously the combs would inflex once obviously the shell's fired, which is a nice little feature as well. Like I said, it's got a lovely pistol grip. So obviously, you can obviously keep your hand on the actual receiver. Pretty simple to obviously take apart. Let's take it apart now and obviously show you the bits individually, and you can have a quick close-up look. As with any over and under shotgun, obviously you have to make sure it's actually clear. This one's definitely clear. You close it up, little catch on the bottom of the foregrip, pull the catch, flip the foregrip away to the bottom, and obviously that comes away. And then what you do is obviously push the release lever, break the barrel slightly, and slowly slide them away from the actual action. Let's have a look at the actual receiver and the action first. Not much going on, to be fair. Obviously you've got your two firing pins, and you've got obviously your lines in there, which obviously where the barrels actually, or the monoblock mates into the actual receiver and obviously locks into place. So nothing out of the ordinary, to be fair. But to be fair, it is something out of the ordinary is the actual width for the actual receiver. Very slim on the Cynergies. They're a really slim, really pointable gun. I think, to be fair, this is one of the most, I think this is the slimmest receiver for the actual Brownings. I think even the B725 is a little bit fatter on the actual receiver. I'll show you, they've done a lot with the actual injectors on the barrels as well, and I'll show you that to obviously decrease the width of the actual receiver and make it more snugger, and obviously make it feel more neutral in the hands, to be fair. But yeah, there's your engraving, there's your trigger. There's your little Allen key, obviously, where you move the trigger backwards and forwards, so obviously for your length of pull. There's your adjustable combs as well. Like I said, the combs just pop out. You just pop the pin out and move it up and down. It's got like teeth on the actual combs, which are basically just slide it onto the runners and then obviously pop the pin back in. There's your Inflex butt pad, and obviously your spacer, which comes in the fin bob as well. Just undo obviously them two screws, and then just pop it off, and that's it. And that gives you access to the action bolt as well, which goes into the front. But yeah, that's it. Standard Browning safety, basically. Down is obviously off, and you can obviously flick it over left or right. There we go. Flick it over left or right for obviously denote top and bottom barrel firing first, and obviously up is ready to fire, and obviously you can crack on and play. Let's grab the monoblock and the barrels and show them a bit more in depth. There's your chokes, Invector chokes. A little bit different from the B725. These are called their diamond chokes. Like I said, there's 5 that come with it. You get the quarter, half, 3/4, cylinder and ball choke. Very nice. Well, to be fair, some people love them, some people hate them. They ain't too bad, to be fair. It's a bit of a bit something different. Barrels are obviously blued. Like I said, they're vented, top and mid rib as well. They glow sights. Get 3 of them in the box. You can change them over just by pulling them out. Nice little tiny mid bead there as well. The actual carrier as well for the foregrip is actually polymer plastic as well. So obviously they've really thought about keeping the gun very neutral, very light as well. This is what I was on about with the injectors. The injectors actually been centralised into the actual barrel, so obviously make it very slim. So obviously the action can be very slim as well. So obviously it makes the gun handle very neutrally in the hands. But yeah, it's nice and easy for cleaning as well. So if you imagine, you only got to spray a bit of crap in there and obviously just clean it off anyway, which is a great little idea, to be fair. As you can see, Here's your injectors. Pretty standard affair, to be quite honest, assisted injectors, like you would expect on any playground gun. Little locating lugs. But yeah, that's about it. Let's show you the foregrip as well. The Cynergy has an adjustable foregrip. If you get your gun and it's say pretty stiff opening and closing, then you can adjust the actual foregrip obviously on the distance between the receiver and the actual foregrip, where it closes up on the actual mating face. So I'll show you quickly. Right. Well, obviously it makes like that and it pivots like that, so obviously you've got a pivot point here and here. If it's too tight on the actual receiver, then obviously it's going to be very, very hard to open and close, and obviously you're going to be grinding your pivot points. So what you can do, if you look inside the actual receiver, this here is obviously metal with the actual catches, but if you have a quick look, see that pin there, that's adjustable. What you need to do is basically back off these Allen keys, pull it out, and obviously you can basically adjust it in and out, so obviously it gives you the distance between the receiver and the actual foregrip as well, so obviously it can open and close, which is a nice little nifty feature, to be fair. But yeah, pretty standard foregrip, metallic catch, and obviously this is metallic as well, but obviously it's predominantly polymer for obviously weight reasons. Let's put it all back together, and I'll give you obviously my final thoughts on the actual gun as well, and obviously I'll show you what's in the box as well. Pretty simple to go together, exactly reverse obviously taking it apart. He says what we need to do is line them in the slots, flick it together, and that's it basically. Then we grab the foregrip. The foregrip basically slips in into the little catches. Obviously you hear it click, and then push it together. Done. Make sure your catch is done. And what you will need to do is slowly open the gun. Obviously break it, make sure it's perfectly okay with the actions open and closing, which this is perfectly. So yeah, that's it basically. Personal opinions of the gun. Very, very neutral shooting gun. Very great. To be fair, the weight of it's really nice, at 3.5 kilograms, which is really, really good. Obviously the wood model is going to be a bit more weightier. I don't think it's a great deal, to be fair. I think they're about 3.7 kilos or something like that, but obviously have a look on the Browning website and they will tell you all you need to know. Pretty expensive for a gun. If it's brand spanking new, these weigh out at about £2,000 in the UK, and I'll put a little annotation for obviously your American people out there in obviously US dollars. So they're quite expensive, to be fair. This one's a second-hand gun. It's 2 years old. It's done about possibly 3,000 cartridges, something like that. So it's still in pretty decent nick, and we picked it up for about £1,200. So to be fair, they are a very, very good second-hand buy, because they're a bit of a Marmite gun. Obviously some people love them, some people hate them. The second-hand market is pretty good. So if you look in the obviously the realm of, or you're undecided between the B725 and obviously the Cynergy, because obviously they're around about the same price point, where obviously the B725's about 1,700 quid, and obviously this is just under £2 grand or £2 grand depending where you buy it. Second-hand buy, as you're probably looking at this being a better second-hand buy than a B725. But obviously pick them up, you get a chance to shoot and obviously shoot them. They shoot roughly the same. This one's a little bit lighter in hand because obviously it's the composite model. But sometimes obviously having a bit more weight to it gives you a little bit less recoil anyway, so you might be inclined, if you're a new shooter, to obviously go for a B725 or something like that. But by all means, don't take my word for it. Obviously have a quick look at the guns and obviously pick them up. If you get a chance to shoot them, and go from there basically. Would I have a B725 or one of these? Be fair, I know I've got a B725 black model. I probably would go for the B725. I just like the extra weight that it gives, and just the overall look at the actual gun, to be fair. I like the new style, obviously composite guns and things like that, and I like to be different obviously on the playgrounds, but to be fair, you are quite different with the B725 anyway. It's a really nice gun, but do not obviously overlook this, to be fair. It's a really nice gun. Like I said, it's very, very neutral on the swing. Shooting it's spot on. Felt recoil is really reduced, obviously where it's got backboard barrels, and obviously where the butt pad's nice and big as well. So yeah, do not obviously dismiss this. It's a perfect gun, but like I said, it's a bit of a Marmite gun. Some people love them, some people hate them, and it probably is more of a better second-hand buy for someone, to be fair. But yeah, that's it. Let's have a quick look in the box. Obviously I'll show you how the chokes go in and out, and obviously I'll show you the other chokes. I'll show you the Dayglow sights and what comes in the box. So yeah, be back in a second. Alright, this is the box. I'll show you what you get into it. So the Cynergy comes in a nice little box as well. It's actually lockable. The front clasps are actually got a combination lock as well, which is pretty nice. Obviously different from the B725, which is just a standard black case, ABS case, to be fair. Right, let's get into it. Obviously you've got your warranty details and all that, and obviously your instructions how to mount the Dayglow sights and other bits and pieces about the Browning gun lock. There's your choke key. Standard affair, to be fair, a new style Browning choke key. The way it goes in is obviously it pushes into the actual fin bob. Obviously the lugs on the actual action, the lugs there obviously clip into the actual choke key, and obviously you can spin it out, which is pretty nice, pretty stuck. There's the chokes. That one's cylinder. Obviously you get 5 as well, like I said, cylinder full, quarter, half and 3/4 choked. They will come in there. There's your little Dayglow sights that are replaceable. Like I said, obviously you get a few in the actual box. Obviously you can swap them out pretty easily. And they're them. There's your combs as well, the other combs that you get, obviously cast on, cast off on the actual combs. There's your other butt pad as well. Obviously what you get shortening out to a long butt pad on the spacers. Other thing in here is there's your other 2 triggers. Obviously different whips of the actual tongue on the actual trigger itself. The case is really nice. Nice faux suede inside, obviously, so you don't scratch the shit out of your gun. But yeah, that's it. That's what you actually get in the box. Right, welcome back. That's it for the video today. Obviously if you've got any comments or anything like that, or you've got any questions to ask, obviously just hit us up in the comments box below, and obviously we'll get back to you as soon as possible. We've got a few more videos coming up, obviously on firearms, and a few other bit of bushcrafty things, and a few reviews coming up as well. Obviously stay tuned. If you're not a subscriber, obviously hit the subscribe button if you like what we do. We've got a shit ton of other videos as well, so obviously have a look at our other videos and have a look for our playlists. If you've got any comments, obviously any improvements on the videos or anything like that, or any faults, obviously hit us up in the comments box, and obviously we'll go through them. But yeah, cheers for that, YouTube. Thanks for watching. I'm Jay from CA Outdoors. See you later.